Welcome back. Yes, it is the end of another NFL week, and soon it'll be the end of the NFL season. We only got one more week left, week 18. So this season has definitely went very quickly. And happy holidays and happy new year. This is my first show of the new year. So happy 2026. Guys, we made it. Hopefully you guys made some good goals that you guys are already wrote down and, sticking to it. So, it's only day 2 of the new year. And I'm wishing that all you guys have many blessings in store this year. And yeah, let's keep it going. So yes, this is the week 17 recap show. During this show, I'm going to recap all the Moneyline selections that I given out my previous show, which was the week 17 preview show. So during this show, I'm going to go over each team that played during this week. Going to, talk about how I finished up, whether if it was a win for me or loss for me, why I think that was the case, and what I could have improved going forward, as well as some of these teams are going forward. So, without further ado, let me jump right into this card. So I like to keep things transparent, keep things very clear. Did not push into the teams like my season goal has been. So I have not quite got there. Got 1 week to get there. But did go above 500. So definitely clap, kudos. But yeah, did not quite get into the teens, but I did reach the double digits. End up going 10-6 with the money line selections I gave you during my previous show. So still looking to improve there. Still have not gotten to the teams, as that is my goal. But double digit wins is definitely something I'm very happy to say I did. Not gonna say I'm proud, because I feel proud when I get my 13 win week. But this is a step in the right direction. Like I said, got 1 more week to get to the teens, and I'm looking to get there. First game that was on this card, which was the Cowboys and the Commanders. This was a win for me. It wasn't really nothing to look deeply into. Dak had a pretty good game. Passed 19 times. He completed 19 passes on 37 attempts for 307 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Malik Davis looked like he might be a dude, On last game, he had that big touchdown run, and this pass that gets passed up. He looked very efficient, had 20 attempts, 20 carries for 103 yards. So over 100 on the ground. Definitely love to see that. In terms of the Commanders, yeah, this is just a team, just waiting for the season to be over with. Multiple injuries that's piled up. And it's not really like it was this game looked like it was close, but it wasn't really that close, that competitive, just because the Commanders is an inferior team. Next was a loss for me. I was expecting the Lions to win this game, as I think most people were. Just Jared Goff, just a terrible game. I think the writing is starting to unveil itself on the wall for Jared Goff. Had 5 turnovers this game, and another day where Gibbs had less than 100 yards, only had 64 all-purpose yards, had 41 rushing yards, and another 23 in a passing game. So, like I said previously, anytime the Gibbs get less than 100 yards, the Lions is going to lose this game. But this mostly spoke to Jared Goff. He was turning the ball over every time he had the ball in his hands. And the Vikings had a second string quarterback in. So, well, actually, you could say third because Carson Wentz got out due to injury. So yeah, with their third string quarterback, and they couldn't do anything. So yeah, the Lions missed out on their Super Bowl window. They're gonna have to rebuild, and maybe even look at another quarterback. The quarterbacks coming up in this division, they're young. They're attached to a head coach that's and had some success. So this Viking team's got to get something figured out going forward. This is a very competitive division. Both of these teams, the Vikings and the Lions, both of these teams need to figure it out. Very competitive division, and it's only going to get tougher. So, yeah. Just Jeff wasn't expecting Goff to poop his pants like he did. So, hold to on that one. Next game, Indiana could have predicted this, even though this game was scaring a lot of people. It was a lot closer than it should have been, given that the Chiefs are on their third string quarterback as well. And this is the very thing that scares me about the Broncos is like their offense is kind of losing momentum, and they've been losing the momentum ever since J.K. Dobbins got hurt. Harvey ended up getting into the red zone to pay dirt, but it still wasn't a very impressive showing on offense. Bo Nix had a subpar game, so. This team is prime. They're going to make the playoffs. Most likely going to win this division, but don't really see them making too much noise going further. Next game. Now these are a couple teams that I can see making a lot of noise in the playoff time. This was a great game. The Texans ended up coming on top, which was an L for me. The Texans just came out cooking, man. That first half, Shaw had deep passes after deep passes, and he kind of slowed down after that and didn't really do much after that. But the Texans have a strong defense; they stay solid. But the Chargers really shooting themselves in the foot. Drop passes turning into turnovers and field goals being missed. So it was too many errors to overcome for the Chargers, but they very much could have won this game, and that's why I took my L at. I knew the Texans offense was gonna struggle, and they did, but they just came out just as hot to put it away early, and they just kept the momentum going forward. Next game was another L for me. I didn't know what the quarterback situation were, but I was comfortable with Malik Willis being in the game when I made my decision. But, yeah, this was more of a game for Henry, man. Like, 36 carries, 216 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like, this was definitely an effort to give Henry the ball. If you was watching this game in real time, you could just tell, like, yeah, this was going to be a Henry game right from the jump, right from the start. And this came from that last loss where they didn't ride Henry that whole fourth quarter. So this game they decided to give him 36 carries, and he showed what he can do. 4 touchdowns is huge. But definitely shout out to Malik Willis. He still had a pretty good game. 18 for 21, 288 yards, 1 touchdown. And then on the rushing, he added 9 carries for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's definitely improving his stock. And I'm hearing a lot of teams saying they're going to go after him this free agency. So that's what you really want to see. Young guy getting into the game and making an impact so much that other teams are thinking how they're going to tool their roster with him. So shout out to Malik Willis. It always seemed like he had some talent. He went to that Tennessee team and he really wasn't given a shot. And then they drafted Will Levis, and then he got bounced around. So, it was good to see Malik Willis. Everybody knew he had the talent, he had the arm. Every time he was in a game, it looked like he was showing something. So, hopefully this next season we can see some legit minutes and a legit role as a starting quarterback because he has some juice. Next game was another L for me. The Dolphins has been having a win streak going on, so they've been playing pretty well. They didn't really show nothing this game. Nothing really noteworthy. Nothing really impressive. But they got the win. Quentin Ewers had 2 touchdowns early in this game, and they kind of just coasted off that. Baker, he had a pretty decent game. 33 for 44 with 346 yards, 2 touchdowns. Only thing with that, he had 2 interceptions. But yeah, to have over 300 yards and only have 17 points is a problem. Yeah, this definitely just not the Buccaneers season. And if they do make it to playoffs, they're going to be a first round exit. They're on a losing streak, and it's never good when you're going into a losing streak. I know they started out so confident with the first half of the season, but injuries started to creep up, and this team never really bounced back from that. Next game was the Patriots and the Jets. Now, the spread for this was 14. I was kind of scared. I mean, I knew the Patriots was going to win, but 14 points was so big of a number. But it didn't matter. The Patriots was doing what they wanted to do. Drake May was, trying to give us an MVP game to help his season-long campaign against Matt Stafford. Even though it was against the Jets, I think he showed something. And Stafford didn't have a pretty good week. So he probably closed the gap, or if not, stepped over him this past game, like I predicted in my preview show. But yeah, nothing really to say much, man. They're playing the Jets. Drake may have 5 touchdowns, looking real good, potential MVP. Next game, Steelers and the Browns. I mean, no DK, no DK. We all seen this coming. And DK, you selfish, man. No DK, no offense. So the Browns got to win. Harold Fannin scored that touchdown early. And then that's all they needed to win the game. So, yeah, nothing really to share from this game. It was just DK was out. So the passing game was non-existent. And then DK is a huge body who they use in the running game, so the run game wasn't really popping off as well. Darnell Washington is hurt, so that's another component, both in the run game and the pass game. So this Steelers team is definitely going to struggle. They might miss out on that playoff appearance just because DK tried to show something or do something. I don't know what the case was, but yeah, they might miss out on the playoffs because of that. Next game, the Jaguars get it done and get a win. They're playing the Colts. Trevor Lawrence been playing really impressive. 23 for 37, 236 passing yards, 1 interception. On the ground, he had 8 carries for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, even though he had 1 interception this game, he's been keeping the turnovers to a minimum. Trevor Lawrence is looking really good. This Jaguars team is a real threat in the AFC, and I might even say a favorite, to be honest. I like their chances more than the Bills, they just beat the Broncos. I like them more than the Patriots. So yeah, I like them more than the Chargers. So I think this Jaguars team has a real opportunity to be a Super Bowl champion once it's all said and done, or at least go to there, even though a lot of these players on their team are young and haven't been there before. Next game, Solik, man. Solik's that dude. He's taking care of business. He's doing his thing. He's looking real good. And he finished with 333 yards and 2 touchdowns. So another game that he went over 300 yards. So this is back to back. Solik is showing something, and people better start paying attention. Cam had a good game as well. 21 for 40, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. So it's good to see Cam playing a lot better. I think this team would be really good, a real good threat if they added a receiver that can really track down a lot of these deep balls that he like throwing. So I can see them trying to throw some dollars at Alex Pierce, because he's one of the best deep ball tracking receivers. So I like to see them two team up. Cam and Alec kind of got a nice ring to it. Cam and Alec. Because Calvin really was supposed to be that guy, but we already know that story. But I think Pierce will be a better guy if he's willing to leave Indiana. Next game, another win. Panthers continue to trend. Seahawks really didn't show too much this game, but like I said, they was playing the Panthers anyway, so it's not like they really had to do much. But shout out to Zach Charbonnet, he had a pretty good game. 8 carries for 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. JSN probably be the offensive player of the year. He had a good game as well. 9 catches, 72 yards. So. Yeah, this is a complete win for this Seahawks team. Young, lackluster performance. Like I said, he looks extremely bad, and he'll look extremely good. Today, he was looking extremely bad. 14 for 24, 54 yards, 1 interception. So, wasn't moving that ball at all, but that was a tough defense. But this is your franchise quarterback. You're going to need him to play well because not every game is going to be a layup or a cakewalk. Next game, Cardinals and the Bengals. Bengals bounced back. Anybody could have predicted this. It was coming off a lackluster performance. So, yeah. And then just the Cardinals just have multiple holes on their defense. So, it wasn't really too hard for the Bengals to move the ball at all. Burrow, 24 for 31, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns. Another big game for Brown, 22 carries for 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then he caught 3 passes for 40 yards. So, yeah, this Cardinals rush defense, they can't do anything to stop the ball if somebody's running it. And yeah, Chase Brown took advantage of that. McBride, he continued his hot streak, 10 catches, 76 yards, touchdown. Bengals can't defend the tight end, so this big game was on the horizon as well. Next game, the Giants and the Raiders. The battle of the teams that want to lose, but it looked like the Giants wanted to win a little bit more this game. And I figured that the Giants is a younger team with the younger quarterback, so it's tough, for them to kind of see the vision. So yeah, Jackson Dart, he balled out this game. 9 rushes. We have 9 rushes for 48 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wardell Robinson had a big game, 11 catches for 113 yards. But yeah, playing the Raiders trying to lose. And I don't think the Giants were really trying to pick up on that. But hey, win is a win. When it's a tough season, I guess you need something to hang your hat on. Next game was an L for me, and I previewed this game by saying that I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles won this game just because we know how limited this Bills offense is once you take away Cook. But yeah, the Eagles really didn't show anything in this game. Hurts had a pretty lackluster game. He was 13 for 27, only had 110 yards and one passing touchdown. And on the ground, he had 3 rushes for 5 yards. So 115 all-purpose yards for Jalen Hurts. Not gonna get it done. Allen, he had a good game. He had 262 yards, but he couldn't get no scores. Couldn't make it count when it happened. And this might be a trend coming into the playoff time. We know they ain't got no receivers like that. So yeah, this will be another team that probably missed out in the window. Mahomes is out the way, so I know they weren't looking to take advantage of that. But they just ain't got no weapons like that to take advantage of. Next game, my Bears, we lost. This was a close game. And what I like about the Bears in these close games that we were in there. Saying that experience is invaluable. We got the ball in the last couple seconds, and it's always in our hands when win or lose, and that's confidence building. And I love to see our team be in them type of situations would prefer if we came out on top with a win. But just being in that in type of environment where the game means a lot is really an invaluable experience. And that game definitely could have been won again. Late rollout with Caleb Williams. And just the ball didn't get there. But yeah, I'm not gonna take away from the 49ers. Good game for Purdy. Had 5 total touchdowns, 3 in the air, 2 on the ground. C-Mac, he was cooking us. Had 181 all-purpose yards. So, we couldn't stop them, And the fact that we had a touchdown on defense and still lost the game only shows how explosive this 49ers offense is and how much you got to do to beat this team. This is the Rams and the Falcons. And I told y'all at first I was rolling with the Rams, but then I seen this was the primetime game and Kirk Cousins, so primetime Kirk is a thing. Even though he didn't really have a primetime game, it's just that energy. It's felt within the building. This was a huge game for B. John Robinson. 195 yards, 1 touchdown, another 34 in the air with another touchdown. So finished the game with 229 all-purpose yards with 2 touchdowns. Yeah, B. John's that dude. B. John's that dude, and he shows you that. But it is kind of concerning with the Rams defense. This is not the first time where like their defense gets smoked like this, and they still kind of don't really do anything. But yeah, Matt Stafford also terrible game, 3 interceptions, so not a good showing for him. That definitely has to lose him some points in the MVP racing. And now I don't even think they're really paying for anything much more. So he could drop a little bit further in that race. And after he's coming off with this 3 interception performance, I wouldn't blame them. But yes, that is week 17. Like I stated in the beginning of the video, ended up going 10-6 with these money line selections. Double digit love, double cup love, double whatever, doubled up. Still haven't reached the teens quite yet, so that's something I'm going to be looking to do entering to week 18. This is my final week of the regular season, so hey, something gotta happen. I gotta reach this goal, So be on the lookout for my week 18 preview show where I preview all the teams that's playing on that card and give you my money line selections on those teams, as well as give you some insight on some player props and some team success props that I'm kind of feeling that day. So make sure y'all hitting that bell notification so you guys can be notified every time I drop and post a video. And please feel free to spend some time in the comment section and comment on which teams I'm doing good at predicting and which teams I'm not doing so well at doing at predicting. So be on the lookout for that. And like always, thank you for watching. And peace.